Hello everybody, welcome back to Wednesday Fitness. So today I've got to rush because I've got to make this stew before I go to work. But I am doing Crowded Kitchen's vegan mushroom stew. So we'll see how it works. I had some mashed potatoes, so I was like, ooh, what goes well with mashed potatoes? And then I found this recipe. But I am going to switch it up just a tiny bit because they require red wine vinegar or red wine, and I don't do alcohol. So I'm going to try it with apple cider. And I found a good mixture that I hope that works with this. So let's go ahead and get started. To start, let's mince some garlic and chop up some onions. Now we're going to go ahead and toss in our garlic and our onions. And I'm not doing any oil because I want to kind of keep it low calorie. So I'm just adding water to it instead. Just a little bit of water to let it saute. And putting it on medium heat. And that way it sautés nicely without adding in the calories, because the onions are actually going to help with the oil that it releases. So it's not going to burn anything. And since it's a stew, it's not really going to matter to add oil or not. I've done a lot of soups and stuff, and I've never had any issues. It doesn't reduce the flavor in any way, but I find that it's a lot healthier. And if you watch any of my older videos, I used to do that a lot. And since coming to the US, I kind of backtracked on it. So now I'm trying to get back to reducing oil. So that way we're reducing our calories. Okay, while that is sauteing, I'm going to cut up some potatoes and carrots. And voila, there we are. And now we're going to just toss everything into the pot. And then we can add all the rest of our seasonings. You can check out the description below to get all of the recipes and what I added. I went ahead and was measuring out the vegetable broth, but ended up just using the whole thing. And then I just put all of the rest of the vegetables in, and then added some water and did the mixture with the apple cider vinegar, and then basically added my tomato paste. Technically, I should have added the tomato paste a lot earlier, but that's okay. You know, it's a stew, so I don't see that it's going to harm anything. And I did use cornstarch instead of the flour mix that they recommended. While that is cooking, I decided I'm going to go ahead and just wash these dishes. So I have no idea how all of that is going to pan out, but I am optimistic. And I feel like it's always nice to try something new, even though I did not end up using the same exact ingredients. So, you know, if it doesn't come out exactly as I imagine it's going to taste, then I mean, that's definitely on me. But I just wanted to keep it a lot healthier. I didn't want to add any of that flour, and she makes a mix that requires flour, oil. So basically how you would make a gravy, that was the method that she ended up using too. Or he, I don't know who the writer is of that blog, but either way, they ended up using that version. And I just really want to try to keep this low calorie, low, you know, carbohydrate. Even though, yes, it has potatoes, I feel like it's not as, you know, allergy prone, especially with all the wheat and stuff. And even though I do have gluten-free flour, I really just don't want to be adding any more flour if I don't have to. So, but this looks like a promising dish. I did think I did miss a couple of ingredients, which I'm going to toss in here after. I just realized I'm supposed to put in frozen peas and frozen, what is it? Frozen peas and frozen green beans, which I'm going to go toss in a little late, but that's okay because it's going to be in a stew, so it's just going to sit there and simmer for a few hours. I feel like I should have made this in the Instapot because I feel like it would have gone a lot faster. But then again, I also feel that no, I probably should have done it in the Instapot, but I wanted to see how it would taste on stovetop. Because definitely I love the Instapot because I can walk away from it. This one I can't, especially that I have to be at work soon. So this is the rush and the life of, I would say, a personal trainer that's trying to like maintain healthy eating and also trying to maintain life. It's not easy, but you have to plan, and planning is the most important part of everything. Just being mindful so that way, you know, you're eating nutrient dense foods and you're incorporating it into your meals properly. So once I finish off with this, I'll go ahead and get the rest of the food together. Okay. I always love having a clean kitchen, so I always try to keep everything as clean as I can. Because it just makes life so much easier. All right. And multitasking is always a thing right before work, which is kind of why I do enjoy having my job a little bit more in the evenings and less in the daytime. But all right, let's go check out the food. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Let's toss in those frozen foods here. I'm going to toss in these two. Okay, some cut veggies. I think it will not open for me. Oh, there we go. I don't think I'm late, but because I feel like it's going to get cooked pretty well. And cheese. Pretty frozen, so it'll get broken up in the heat here. Come on. All right. I think that's pretty good. I think that's enough cheese. Okay. Get our greens in there. Allow it to get melted by the heat. There we go. It's starting to piece out there. Nice. Okay. So for the mushrooms, I left them whole just because I know they're going to eventually shrink again in the next few hours. And hopefully I added enough of the cornstarch to be able to thicken up the soup. And it looks like it is getting pretty thick from what I can see right now. It's starting to. All right, so I'm going to let it sit and come back to this right before I go to work. Alrighty, hopefully by then it'll look pretty good. Okay. Okay, it has been just about an hour. Let's see how it's looking. Ooh, it's bubbly. Okay. Let it simmer a little bit more. Get all of this water out of it because it's supposed to evaporate all this water. So I might just leave it open to allow for that. It is about 2 hours now that this is going, and I need to get to work. And also, it doesn't look like it evaporated as much water as I thought it would have at this point. So it looks like I'm going to have to transfer this into the Instapot for sure. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It really stinks to have to um, kind of feel like I wasted a little bit of time. But you know what? This is real life, especially when you are just trying to run and get things done. Sometimes it doesn't always work out the way that you would hope, and you just have to go with plan B. So here I am going with plan B. So I did decide to transfer it to my Instapot, despite the fact that I cooked it for so long. It just did not cook the way that I was hoping. But that's okay, because you know what? I have to go to work soon, and I'm okay with trying to get this in here. Oh, maybe not towards me. Let's see. Let's hope that it doesn't do a lot of spilling. It looks delicious though, but I was hoping to have it a little bit thicker, so I'm hoping that my Instapot will do the trick. So let's see if it does. So to spare you the time, I am going to speed up this video and tell you guys that I just basically put it on the Instapot for about 10 minutes, left, went to work, came back, and here is what it looks like when I open it. All right, so that looks pretty much a little bit better. We're gonna put it with mashed potatoes and see how it goes. Not gonna lie, so far it looks so delicious. Let's see how it turned out. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of my feedback on having made this. Definitely stewy, and I would have to say there are definite dishes that are fabulous by themselves, where it's like they shine and stand alone. They don't need anything else. This is not one of them. However, the moment I paired it with, see, there's like nothing left, but the moment I paired it with mashed potatoes and I added this to it, as you can see, my bowl is practically empty. It was spectacular. I can't even emphasize how it just added just an I mean, it really upped its flavor just by adding the mashed potatoes. I don't even know how that even happened or how that complements each other. I'm not really big into the science of food, but I will say this was amazing. Would I eat this by itself? I mean, I could, but would I? No. I would probably eat this. Maybe it would go great with sourdough. I'd have to test that out. But I can definitely say it paired fantastic with mashed potatoes, which is basically what Crown Kitchen said to do, was that they added this stew to mashed potatoes, and now I understand why. So I'm just going to say definite 10 out of 10 if you add it with the mashed potatoes. Standalone, not so much. Definitely did change the recipe a little bit, and not follow exactly what it was said in the recipe. So that's on me, but mainly it's because I wanted to keep it like more aligned to like how I cook. So it's not on them. So anyways, definitely worth trying. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys love this or you guys enjoyed it, feel free to like and subscribe. And also remember to check out some of my workout stuff. And there are a lot of things coming up in the near future. So if you're into fitness and wellness and you really want to kind of pair all of that together, feel free to follow me, and also feel free to check out the online classes that I'll be hosting in the near future. And with that said, may you live, thrive, and be healthy. Take care, guys. Bye.